thing. Okay. Awesome. Here we are. So welcome to the Wallet to Wealth Female Entrepreneur Interview Series in support of Halton Women's Place. From Wallet to Wealth is a brand created to speak to women, to help mentor and educate and inspire ladies to leading and living more empowered lives. So today, as of today, we've raised over $47,000 for Halton Women's Place at our annual speaker galas and have hosted several events to help ladies build their own businesses. So this year we have created our power introductions. We freed ourselves from subconscious money sabotage. We've worked on developing our intuition and created our own marketing strategy. So join our squad. We are not only about success and breaking barriers, we help women win. We shine a spotlight every Monday on a female entrepreneur to help her own future. So today we're going to do something a little different. Back by popular demand, we have Christine Jewell. So hello. So she was with us last Monday, and we have such an important message. We've decided that Christine will be our next workshop leader, which will be July 22nd. That's a Thursday. So Thursday evening from 7 to 8:30. And Christine is going to talk to us about awakening the queen inside. And I know for me, this has been very powerful. And Christine and I have connected and we've had both the same experience. So Christine and Warrior Women, how are you today?
I am great. I am excited to be here as always. I'm so passionate about this topic. I feel like God has just put a fire under my butt and in my heart. And I'm like, okay, we got to get this message out to these women that are out there hustling and working and striving and just have a big calling on their heart. So yeah, I'm excited to be here.
This is great. So I'm just making sure that this is going to where we want it to go. So what, the one thing that you talked about is that, so with women, when we're working and we're becoming, successful, it's almost like we're entering into the man's world. And I find that a lot of us, including myself, I'm coming from the masculine side. And I don't want to do that. It's just a subconscious behavior. And at the end of the day, I don't feel good about that. I don't feel good when I'm in my masculine energy. So this is what you're going to talk about. So give us some sneak peeks.
Yeah, I think that, this is something I bet most of the women listening or, can relate to this. If you're, high achieving, high performing, have had some level of success, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, obviously entrepreneurs, I think, are like double down, triple down on this, but we have been taught in the performance world and the mindset world and the success world, all of it, whatever you want to call it, like personal development, that in order to succeed, we have to push, right? It's always about pushing past your comfort zone, pushing and striving. And it's a lot of force energy and it's a lot of masculine energy. And it's just the programming, the collective programming of the world. So it's just something that has been ingrained in us for so long. And, it's just what we were taught. It's like we were taught this is the system, this is the process, this is what's required of you in order to be successful as a woman. We kind of bought into this program that honestly worked for us for quite a long time, to get from point A to point B. But now that program that says I have to push, I have to strive, I have to hustle, I have to grind, I have to compete with men, or even better, prove that I'm better than a man, that I have what it takes and so much more. Because I think the pressure for women especially was not only to just keep up, but actually like to prove that we have what it takes and more. Because many women are like doing that, plus taking care of families. And they're like the core of the family, of the relationships, kind of like the emotional protectors of the family. And they're trying to do all this stuff. So there was this like pressure to be that plus. And it's just not sustainable for the feminine body.
Yes.
And for the design of a woman. And so what you find is like what worked for us in our 20s and maybe even our 30s our feminine bodies are not created that way. And that's not our original divine design by our creator. And so what got us here now becomes the very thing that is causing a lot of self-destruction and unsustainability in our relationships and our business and getting to that next level. It's easy to get there, but then sometimes it's easy. I'm going to say, disclaimer, we say, like, if you want to get something, usually the getting is not the problem. But it's how do you become the woman that can hold this sustainably without burning out, without stressing out, right? And that's really, I think, the conversation that I'm excited to have in this upcoming workshop is really what got us here, ladies. Was good for that season, but like we're ready to upgrade, evolve, and remember the way that we're created. To love, to lead, to serve, and start to shift back to our original design. And that's where the floodgates will open for the next level. Until then, we're just going to keep bottlenecking and chokeholding. Like we are the bottleneck right now.
Oh my God. I so agree with you. And when we come from that place of exactly what you said, that place of love, like who we were designed to be and what we did so well. And what I'm finding now is women in their 50s are just like breaking out because they're able to, they're able to do so much and they're allowing their creativity, but they are coming from, it is true, we are coming from a masculine side. You've got that stress side. And at some point in time, things will break. I know for myself is that if I come from my feminine side inside of me, I feel aligned and I feel really good. And I feel really happy. And then when I get into that stress and running and, I'm coming from the masculine side of myself, I don't feel good.
Yeah. And what you said there is like, there's like the wounded masculine and the whole masculine, right? And we all have masculine and feminine energy inside of us. Well, what a lot of us are latching onto and operating from is actually wounded masculine and wounded feminine energy. So we're pushing, it's like we end up creating out of fear. Fear is the primary driver, right? Fear that I'm not enough, fear that I'm not going to have what I require. As I know I'm a single mom, I know you have been as well. And I'm sure a lot of women, listening to this will find themselves, feeling like, oh my gosh, I've had to be the structure, the support. I've had to be like the masculine structure for my unit, my family. And so we're actually operating a lot of the time out of this, fear energy, fear of loss, fear of not having enough, fear of like, will I be able to sustain what I've created, right? And so it's this pressure that is the fuel for our creative energy, which doesn't allow us to really tap into our genius. And yet we are now being invited to start to use the fuel of inspiration, our natural creativity, the desire that's like the calling in our heart, and really shift the fuel that we're using. And like we're going to tap into our masculine energy, but it is not the primary driver. And we're not operating from wounded masculine, but like a different type of masculine energy, of feeling really supported. And there's a lot of structure, but we don't have to be the source of all of it.
I love this. Yeah. I think this is going to be our best event. Somebody's just commented on here, and I hear this. I mean, I think that this is a common comment. Somebody says, "I'm sick of being stressed. Time to get back to good balance," and it's true. It's. I think this is for all women. So you've got the solution.
Well, thank you. I'm a channel. I'm a vessel. I'm a channel. I'm here because this is, this has been my story. I can relate. This has been my story from, competitive athletics to being a single mom with nothing, trying to start a business. Like, I know we're going to get into this in the workshop, but I believe like we are brought through our life through these seasons so that we can then, like, once we have the breakthrough, once we see that there's a totally different way to operate and play and lead and actually grow our businesses, deepen our relationships, like step more boldly into our calling with way less stress, like strife, tension, conflict, pressure. I mean, it's like, we got to share, we got to give this away. And the tug of war is real though, right? Because like your brain, your mind wants to keep pulling you back to the old way. So it's an inner journey. It's an inner journey from your head to your heart, and then really training yourself to embody staying here, leading from this place. Once you unlock the power of the heart, is like, how do I train myself to stay here and operate from this place without going up here and out here where everything is like so noisy and distracting, and there's always noise, right? So yeah.
When you're truly coming from your heart, I mean, you can see that when you talk, and that's what makes you so incredibly powerful. People want to hear what you have to say because you're coming from the right place.
It is the power of the heart. It is the power of the heart. And I'm going to give you ladies a sneak peek. I mean, the reality is, you know, the heart center is the center of our life force. It is the place of inspiration. It is the place of like unwavering conviction. It is the place where we find that supernatural resources and courage and everything. It is like the heart is the gateway to the supernatural world. But trust is the key that unlocks the heart. And I'm going to talk about this a lot in the workshop, but trust is the one thing that we have been programmed and trained not to do.
Wow. It's true.
Not to trust ourselves, not to trust God, not to trust men, not to trust others, not to trust other women.
Not to trust other women.
Not to trust other women.
That's been a big thing. That started back in school.
Yes. I mean, I got goosebumps when you said that, because how many of us are like, and I still see these little things out on the internet that's like, I'm a lone wolf woman, like I'm an alpha woman, I travel alone. And I'm like, and I see a lot of women saying, yeah, that's me. And I'm like, yeah and no. Like, that is how we've been trained to be. That's not how our Creator designed us to lead together, because we have this incredible ability. Like, we have so much creation power as women. Yeah, just imagine what happens when we start to come together and multiply. Yeah.
It's so true. And you know, just to kind of close off here, is just in my experience is that I went from exactly that, not trusting women, starting in school, from all the stuff that we know that goes on, to coming to where I am today. And I really enjoy my female friendships. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how incredible they are. Like, it's exactly what you say. Like, women are so incredibly creative, giving, loving, helpful. And it's that power that, you know, we gave that away, you know, raising the kids and the husband and doing the administrative things for a career, right? To now coming out and being able to use that creativity for something in a completely different way. And you're right. I can't wait. I can't wait for this workshop. So we'll keep this one short, and we'll bounce it around. Anyone who's watching, please forward. And so that's Thursday, July the 22nd at 7 p.m. And we'll have a sign up, but we'll be doing some sneak peeks before we put that out.
Yeah. And some things to consider. Just, I'll leave this question, or this couple questions for the women who are listening, thinking like, is this something maybe I should do or not do, or I already got this down. Is I would just invite you to consider how relaxed and free am I in my relationships with other women, with men, with money, right? How relaxed and free am I in relationship with my body? Because if you're tense and you're rigid and you're struggling and you feel like you're in a fight or a battle with your body, with men, with other women, with money, you need to be in this workshop.
I love this. And for me, I'm thinking I might need more than just the workshop. I need more of Christine.
There'll be an invitation. But step one is show up. Step one is show up. Be open to receive. Isn't that the hardest thing for women? Be open to receive.
Yeah. I'm open to receive. Okay, great. Okay, thank you, Christine, for being with us today. And again, share. And we'll talk to everybody again next Monday morning at 10 a.m. Have a great week.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.